Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Miss Pelt here for our 22nd lesson for our COVID journey. We are going to be solving logarithmic equations today. Your lesson for this unit will be due, that's an E, will be due on the 15th. Friday, so make sure you're staying on top of everything. We have a new property that we're going to use for solving. Notice again, our b is still a positive number. Remember, that means not 0 and not anything negative. Fraction's okay, but it also cannot be equal to 1. So our b value, notice on these, is going to be that base value. It's always our base is what we're looking for. And notice our little property tells us that if we have a log that's equal to another log, and the log's bases are the same, then you know that these parts are the same. Notice it says if and only if x is equal to y. So not only are these the same, but if they're the same, we could write a log where they have the same base and they're equal to each other. So the first couple examples are very similar to the ones we did in the last unit. Notice there's only one log. So we're going to do that sort of convert thing with the little circle around that I did to help you to remember that. So we would start with our base of 2, and we would say 2 raised to this power 3x is equal to this stuff 32. So we could then turn 32 into 2 raised to a power. Well, we know that 2 is raised to the 5th power to get to 32, because 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. And so that's 5 2's. So once our bases are the same, we know our exponents are the same, so our 3x must equal 5. Therefore, x is equal to 5 divided by 3. Make sure when you're doing that, I know I see a lot of people getting it backwards, make sure that you're dividing by the right number. You divide by your 3 to get 5/3. Okay, so just be careful with that. Number 2 is very similar to that. These first couple examples are all the same. I've just put the variable in a different spot and given you different looks. So notice that we have 2x this time, and that is raised to the second negative 2 power. And notice I put parentheses around my 2x, because that whole base, that whole 2x is the base, so that whole thing has to be raised to the exponent. And then that will be equal to our 16. Well, remember this negative, that turns this into 1 over 2x squared, which will become 4x squared, because 2x times 2x gives me 4x squared, equals 16. So in order to solve that, we want to get x by itself. We know if we have a fraction equal to, and I can turn this into a fraction, we learned with equivalent fractions you can cross multiply. Multiply 1 times 1 is 1. I'm going to move my work up here for you. Oh, not x, 1 times 1 is 1. And then we do 4 times 16, which gives us 64 x squared. To solve for x squared, we're going to divide both sides by 64 and have 1 over 64 is equal to x squared. When we square root both sides, don't forget we have to plus and minus. The square root of 1 over 64 will be 1 over 8. Now notice in the problems before it did tell us to check, because remember this value for b must be positive and not equal to 1. So notice if my b value is 2x and I have negative 1/8 specifically, 2 times a negative 1/8 gives me a negative 1/4, and that's not a valid number for a log base. So we know the negative 8 cannot work. If I do it with the positive 1/8, I get 1/4, and a positive fraction's fine. It just can't be 1 or a negative 1 or 0. I mean a negative number or 0. So we have to say that our x value can only equal 1/8 for our final answer. Okay? So for number 3, same thing. We're going to take our base of 25. We're going to raise it to this power, 1/2, and it's going to be equal to that stuff, which is x over 2. 25 to the 1/2, remember that really just means the square root of 25 equals x over 2. And we know the square root of 25 is equal to 5. So if 5 is equal to x over 2, I can get my 2 out of the denominator by multiplying both sides by 2, and therefore my x must equal 10. We want to double check where our x is. Our x is in this part that was the x part, so notice 10 divided by 2 gives me 5, so x equals 10 is a good answer. Okay? Same thing here. My base is x plus 4. It's going to be raised to the 3rd power, and that's equal to this stuff, 27. And when I'm solving and I'm looking to try to get to my x, because I have this exponent and I really don't want to have to multiply that out 3 times and then try to factor it. Oh my goodness, that's just craziness work, right? So let's get rid of that cube. We know to get rid of a cube, we are going to cube root both sides. With a cube root, you don't have to worry about your sign, plus or minus. We just take the positive. So the cube root of a positive 27 is 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And then we just solve, subtracting our 4. When we subtract our 4 to both sides, 3 minus 4 gives me a -1. We double check, notice where my base is, where my x is in my base. This value, x plus 4, has to be the positive value. So when I take my -1 and I plug it in, -1 plus 4, I get a positive 3. That is a good value, so I can keep my -1 as a good answer. Okay? All right. So on number 5, notice this time your values, or your equation, you have a log on the left and you have a log on the right. So this, we're using the property that we just talked about at the beginning. When I have a log, base 4, equal to a log of base 4, then I know this part must be equal to this part. So that gives me a quick equation of 3x minus 1 equals 2x plus 3. And I can solve, subtracting my 2x to both sides and getting x, add my 1 to both sides and getting 4. Make sure you still double check. If I plugged 4 into here, 4 times 3 will give me 12. 12 minus 1 is 11. That's a good number. If I plug my 4 in, 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. That's a good number. Remember, I'm just looking for it to be a positive and our base not equal to 1. Okay, so on number 6, same thing. We notice that we have log base 2. I have a log base 2. So therefore, this stuff must be equal to this stuff. So I know that x squared minus 6 must be equal to 2x plus 2. Because I have a squared, when I go to solve this, it's a quadratic, I'm going to set it equal to 0. So I'm going to move my 2x over, x squared minus 2x, and move my 2 over, and that will give me a -8 equals 0. Factor this. Here comes that factoring again. Remember when we first started talking about factoring back in about September, October, we haven't stopped since, have we? Everything we've done has had some factoring in it. That's how important our factoring is. So our factors of 8 that will give me 2 would be 4 and 2. Remember I talked about the double chin method. This gives me 2x. This gives me 4x. To get a -2, I want my 4 to be negative and my 2 to be positive. So this will be negative. This will be positive. I like the double chin because once I've done it and I'm finished with it, if I wrote it lightly enough, I can erase it and nobody ever really even knows that it's there. Then we set each one equal to 0. X minus 4 equals 0. X plus 2 equals 0. So x must be positive 4 and x must be negative 2. Make sure that you check both of those. When you take your 4 squared is 16, 16 minus 6 is 10, that's a good number. 4 times 2 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10, that's a good number, so 4 is good. When I check my negative 2 squared, negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, 4 minus 6 gives me negative 2, not a good number. Throw that out. As soon as you figure out that it's not a good number, you don't have to check it on the other one. It doesn't matter if it works there or not. As soon as it doesn't work, you're done. Okay? All right. So last two. These are a little mixture of what we've got. I like to give you a few different looks. Notice one log. So I'm going to do base raised to this number. So 8 raised to the second power is equal to all of this junk. 4x plus 4. Well, 8 squared, we know is 64, equals 4x plus 4. Subtract my 4 over, 60 is equal to 4x. When I divide by my 4, 4 goes into 60 15 times. Double check, 15. If everything's positive, there's not a whole lot to check, it's going to work. It's when you have a couple minuses in there and you get a negative answer. Make sure you check those. Okay? Last one that will work. Log 3 log base 3 is equal to log base 3. Since they're the same, we know this stuff will be equal to this stuff. So x minus 5 is equal to 13. When I move my 5 over, x is equal to 18. Double check it. 18 minus 5 gives me 13. That's a good number. And there's my value. Okay? So make sure you check on Google Classroom. If there's an IXL, I'll have that on there. I have a Desmos as well as the PDF, and you can do either one that you choose for this assignment. Remember, it's due on May the 15th to get all those problems, 10 problems done. Okay? So good luck. Take care. Stay safe. Practice your social distancing. Don't touch your face. Wash your hands. All that stuff that you keep hearing on TV. Even though they've lightened things up a little bit, we don't want bad things to happen later and have to not start on time next year. So stay safe. I hope your families are safe, and let me know if there's anything y'all need. All right. Thanks. Bye.